The deaths of 2 young children and the injuries of 11 others at an illegal fireworks factory in the same week as the world celebrated Universal Children's Day has sparked a wave of online controversy here. The children were killed when a blast ripped through an illegal firework factory in the province of Guangxi. The authorities have said the victims are all left-behind children, those cared for by a single parent or by grandparents when their parents go to work in the cities.
Well, the children are between the ages of 7 and 15. Most of them were from a local primary school. They were paid to make firecrackers at the factory after school. Factory owners are now under arrest. BON researcher Helen Hu continues to follow this story and the rage that people are venting online. Helen, essentially, who is being blamed for this tragedy?
Well, most people say the local government and the school should be held responsible, not the parents. They say that if the parents were not so poor, they would never have allowed their kids to work in place like this. But some others say the kids should have been at school. They say that with the country implementing free compulsory education, even the poorest parents are able to send their kids to school rather than to factories to work. Others say that even if the parents are poor, they should never let their children do such dangerous work.
And Helen, has anyone been talking about this particular problem of these so-called left-behind children?
Yes, many people say this tragedy is caused by inequality in today's society. They say rural areas are ignored. Some ask, why do government officials keep failing to take action until a tragedy happens? Some say the government has not put in place enough measures to take account of the children of migrant workers. If they migrate to cities with their parents, schools there often refuse to accept them because they are registered to another part of the country or their school fees are too high. That's why so many children are left at home, and that leads to many social problems. These online commentators say that arresting the owners of the illegal factory isn't going to fix those problems.
Well, Tom, as always, you see with these horrible stories that this blame game seems to emerge afterwards, where everyone's pointing fingers at everyone else as to who's ultimately responsible. But you have to wonder how much the local authorities and certainly the school in this area knew about this practice, about this firecracker factory that was hiring these young children to do this kind of work. And obviously it was an illegal factory. Certainly there appears to be a lot of blame to go around.
That's right, and we still don't know the parents' motivation, whether or not they knew that their kids were working in this factory, and if they did know, was it because they were desperately poor and this was the only route for them to bring in an extra revenue? We don't know this yet, but investigations are continuing, so more information will be unearthed in the coming days and weeks, no doubt.